Hello viewers, um, welcome to yet another exciting road safety talk. My name is Instructor Dennis Wembia. I greet you all wherever you are. Today I want us to talk about emotions. What are emotions and how do emotions affect driving? When it comes to accidents, it's not only drunk driving, it's not only inexperience, it's not only fatigue, but there is also one important factor that we keep on overlooking, and that is called emotions. The word emotion is used to name a strong feeling such as love, fear, anger. All these are examples of emotions, and as such, emotions add a special quality to life. Now, emotions influence the way you think and the way you act. So when emotions affect you, your ability to make wise decisions is reduced and your chances of making mistakes increases. Now, how do these emotions affect someone? The effect that an emotion has on your ability to drive depends upon the strength of the emotion and the effort you make to resist the effect of that particular emotion. Emotions can affect the way you judge, the risks involved in truck driving situation. In some situations, strong emotions can cause you to fix your attention on one event. You might miss other important events in the driving scene. In some situations, you might experience several strong emotions in a short time. So, such actions could startle those other drivers who may be following you behind. Now, when such actions start taking place during such a difficult driving situation, strong emotions or strong feelings could turn into anger. Drivers following you behind might become angry and not pay attention in other parts of the driving scene. If you are caught up in such a driving situation, being a professional truck driver, you need to control your emotions. You should increase the space between your truck and the vehicle ahead of you. Now, these emotions do not just affect your mental capability, they can also affect your physical capabilities, because strong emotions can cause changes in your bodily effects or your bodily functions. Under emotional stress, your heartbeat increases, your breath quickens, your digestion slows, and your palms sweat. Your body prepares itself for stressful event. We can expect something, some emotional stress in our everyday, day-to-day daily life. So, good professional truck drivers should be aware that the risks involved in certain driving situations can be annoying. Therefore, good driving decision skills can help avoid conflicts on the roadways. You might be in a state of managing fatigue after a long driving and looking forward to go and rest or park, the truck after 22 hours. When you find yourself in such a situation, remember to exercise what we call patience. And remember, I've talked about anger. Anger while driving is a major culprit. As you drive, you usually rely upon a set of assumptions or expectations. You assume that others will drive and act in a safe and responsible manner. When you must change your expectations, you might be tempted to react angrily. In normal driving, other drivers will interfere with your planned speed or path of travel. They will slow in front of you or change lanes improperly. Sometimes you might think that everyone is irritating you. As a result of these other unplanned actions, you might become angry. Anger occurs more often to drivers than any other emotion. Anger can range from mild to irritation to furious rage. So if as a professional truck driver, you are not able to maintain emotional control, you might remain angry long after the road has been cleared by those who blocked it. Anger can impair your ability to brake, to steer, and accelerate smoothly. So as a professional truck driver, you might take risks you would not take if you were calm. So if you are angry, you might take risks you would not take if you were calm. So if you are angry, you might not see everything you should see. Your action of being in an emotional state as you drive might force others to stop or swerve a black tree. Such last-second actions can cause conflict and added stress not only for you, but for other drivers as well. Now, these emotions are in categories. Sorrow, depression, anxiety are other emotions that can adversely affect driving, because this emotion, it slows your body processes and reduce mental alertness. Anxiety differs from anger. You might be anxious if you are, for instance, driving in an unfamiliar, difficult situation. You might have trouble identifying hazards when you are confused. Sometimes you might be panic-stricken. But as a responsible truck driver, you can work to recognize anxiety and try to avoid it. You can realize that you are in a difficult situation and try your best to cope. And then we have excitement. Excitement and happiness are also strong emotions. Let me disappoint you perhaps. These are emotions that can also prevent you from fully concentrating on your driving task. A happy, excited truck driver can be just as impaired as an angry driver. Most truck drivers are football fans, supporters of various soccer teams. For instance, Chelsea or Manchester or Arsenal, Real Madrid, Liverpool, these people are playing. After an exciting football game, be sure that strong emotions do not impair your driving ability. Since emotions can cause you to focus your concentration on a single event, you might be unable to concentrate fully on the driving task. So also avoid nervous pumping of the accelerator. I've seen some people while waiting at the traffic lights, they'll be pumping, revving. That action can only increase engine wear and waste fuel. Mature and responsible truck drivers do not let their emotions make them, unnecessary chances in low or high risk situations. Now, there's one story that happened to me in Kitwe when I saw a woman near the Kitwe University Hospital. A certain woman was crossing the road near the hospital, slowly and absent-minded. A car was passing towards her. Looked like a car driver noticed a woman crossing on time and reduced the car speed to the point where the car came to a complete stop near her. Surprisingly, though, a car eventually stopped near the woman in the middle of the road. She didn't notice or hear until a certain man ran to her, asking whether she was on a suicide mission. A man pointed at a car, showing the woman to look behind. Clearly, from the way she reacted, she suddenly became surprised and apologized to both the man and the driver of the car. She, in fact, said her mind was somewhere else. The issue of that woman can help us understand how strong emotions can affect someone. The same could happen to a truck driver while driving. This is what I'm calling driving under emotions. If you lose your loved, one, husband, wife, child, parent, or any close relative, you may not be in a better position to drive. People in such situations may be depressed. As a result, Dangote professional, the professional truck drivers don't drive when you are under depression. Drive only when you are at your physical best. Those of you who may have had missed this topic, please follow our lessons. Those of you who are under my classes, follow it up and get some more details on this. Assessment tests are also important if you've understood the topic, so that you can also be, you can have something to show afterwards. Nowadays, this emotional stress management skills course is very important to most of the drivers, because in the country right now, you can see that a lot of drivers, a lot of accidents are occurring. There's a problem. There's a lot of emotional stress going on. Things to do with a fraternity. Most of the fraternity members are complaining of poor conditions of service. They are complaining of slave wages. They are complaining of a lot of unfair, treatments to them, that whenever they are driving, they are not having a free mind. They are driving with a lot of, thinking, a lot of calculations. This job looks like there's no security. If they get rid of me, how am I going to keep my children? How am I going to look after my family? They are thinking how, if the bad go to waste, how they can look after their children, how they can look after their families. So in the process, they drive under emotional stress. And in the same vein, they clearly seem to forget about the important features on the road. They couldn't see them because their minds are preoccupied, just like the woman in the story. My dear friends, this has been Dennis Wemby, the senior instructor and senior truck driver trainer, bringing you tips on how to preserve safety. Today, I want you to understand that it's not only emotions, it's not only fatigue, it's not only drunk driving, it's not only inexperience, but it is also about emotions. And I hope this makes our day. Thank you. God bless you. Until next time, when we bring another exciting topic on road safety talk. Shalom.